Let's talk about something that's probably already happened to you. You're speaking with a potential client, maybe on a call, maybe it's through email, and you explain your process. And then somewhere in the conversation, it becomes clear that they're not seeing you as a skilled expert. They're seeing you as someone who uses a website template, or someone who drags blocks and sections around, or someone who builds the same type of site that they've already seen a YouTube tutorial for. And even though you might have 5 or 10 years of experience, even though you've solved real problems for real businesses, even though you know their project needs a little bit more thought than what they realize, they're still going to compare you to something that they think they can do themselves over the weekend. It's frustrating, but it's real. You're not just competing with other designers anymore. You're competing with the idea of what people think a website is. And that idea, that perception is often completely wrong. But unless you shift it early in the conversation, it will control everything from how much they think they should pay you to how much they actually trust your recommendations. This episode is about helping you take control of that perception before it decides your value. So let's be clear about what is happening. Most clients today have been exposed to drag and drop tools. They will have seen adverts from Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, even Canva saying build a website in minutes. They've watched tutorials where someone builds a landing page with no code. And you may see tutorials where someone has no experience as a web designer and no strategy, but they're still able to make a website. And that's the world that a lot of clients are coming from when they speak to you. They're not going to see your years of knowledge. They're not going to be thinking about user flows or calls to action or conversion paths, sales funnels. They're going to be thinking, why would I pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for something that a website builder says I can do for myself? Now, they're not completely wrong here, but unless you guide the conversation, they're just going to keep thinking that they don't need you. And the longer they stay in that mindset, the harder it is for you to prove that you can do a better job or even justify what you want to charge. They think that you're building something simple, whereas you know that you're solving something complex. It's this gap where deals can fall apart. It's this point where proposals get ignored. That's when you're going to start hearing, we've decided to go in a different direction. When in reality, they just didn't understand your value. And you probably didn't even realize how important it was to explain what you do and what you can bring to the table for them. What do you do in this situation? You stop selling the thing and you start explaining the thinking behind the thing. So please stop saying, I'll build you a website. Instead, say something like, I'm going to design a journey that helps your ideal customer trust you enough to take action, whether that's booking a call, buying a product, or maybe joining your newsletter. Here's another example. Instead of saying, I'll create a homepage, say, I'll help you structure your homepage so that the most important information shows up in the first few seconds of someone visiting the page. And that's going to increase the chances that they'll stick around and explore your offers and services. When you explain the thinking, you interrupt the assumption. You're going to stop them from comparing you to a drag and drop builder, because now they're hearing something that a lot of the builders and AI tools don't mention. They're hearing strategy, they're hearing clarity, they're hearing outcomes. If they believe they're buying a homepage, they're going to pay homepage prices. If they understand that they're buying results, they're going to start to think differently about what you're offering and what is that result worth to them and their business and their family. Now, that doesn't mean you need to overwhelm them with jargon or overcomplicate everything. It just means you need to speak to the purpose behind what you do. and what they're going to get out of it. Let me give you another simple example. Let's say the client says to you, we just need a clean website so people can find us. You could say, sure, I'll build that. But now you're just a technician. You're just building what they asked you to build. Anyone could do that. Or you could say something like, absolutely, I'll make sure your website is clear. I'll also help guide your visitors towards the next step. And that might be calling you, booking an appointment, or maybe learning something that sets you apart from the other competitors and other websites out there. Now you're not just building what they asked for, you're leading them towards an outcome. You're going to shift their perception from this person builds websites to this person helps me grow my business. And that's a completely different relationship, because when you're in that space, you're no longer competing with a Fiverr gig or one of those $10 a month templates. You're now in your own category. You've gone from being a supplier to a strategic partner. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to become a fake marketing guru. You just need to understand this one thing. If the client doesn't know the difference between you and a page building no code tool, they're always going to go with the cheaper option. So show them the difference. Don't wait for them to figure it out. Speak clearly. Talk about outcomes. Explain the why behind your decisions. Help them see the thought process. Because when they understand your thinking, they're going to value your work. And when they value your work, they're going to stop comparing you to shortcuts. That's how you reset perception. So here's what I want you to do next. Look at your website, look at your portfolio, look at how you describe your services in emails or on calls or on LinkedIn or on Twitter, and ask yourself, would a client reading this understand that I do more than just build websites? Are they going to understand that I can actually help solve business problems? Are they going to see me as someone who can guide them, not just someone who can make things look nice? If the answer is no, or kind of, then that's the work you need to address. You need to change that. In the next episode, we're going to dig into what clients actually want now and what they're no longer willing to pay for, because understanding that is the key to knowing what to offer in 2025 and beyond. I'll see you there.